make sure that this starts on time and we don't fuck around.
It's recording?
It's recording.
Okay, ready. 3, 2, 1. We would like to start the LEGITNESS Podcast with a message from our sponsors, Elite Subs Lanyon. Alright. Alright, to start off with, so Man's just finished training. We're going to try the Emerald Labs lime splice to begin with because we've heard nothing but good things about it.
Tell me what you think. Now, this protein here, like, it has to be had with ice. It can't just be like room temperature water.
Nah, legitness.
Legitness?
Like, and to be honest, I'm never gonna like a fan of spice as a kid.
Like the ice cream, you don't like it?
No. Swear. And this is actually,
It doesn't give you that proteiny taste, huh?
It's real smooth too.
That's the thing, like, I think the reason...
So, sorry, where can you buy it?
Emerald Labs found at Elite Subs Lanyon. At Elite Subs Lanyon on Instagram. It's actually nice. I think you just put it on yogurt and all that.
Like, legit having that with like Greek yogurt before bed, it's like pretty filling. And the cool thing is like the texture. Yeah. It doesn't feel proteiny.
It's actually like you don't get that, like, some proteins you get that granularly kind of. That's right though.
Happy? Content?
Happy. Welcome. Fuck. Introduce yourself.
Well, my name is Viv. For those of you who don't know me, I am a retail store operator and owner from Elite Subs Lanyon and one of the coaches at Viv KB.
Also a coach at Viv KB, Mark.
Also a coach at VKB, Max.
That's fucking bullshit. That makes me sound like a dickhead talking about something else before.
CEO, bro.
They'll come to know more about us as we get into a few more episodes.
No, I talk about... Hang on, that's fucking bullshit. Say something. Say something.
Topic.
We're running short on time.
Say one more thing you guys do, because I sound like a mad dickhead.
How was COVID, man?
I just got COVID.
Pre-man.
Yeah, as of 12 a.m. this morning.
Today. How you feel?
I didn't think I had it because I didn't have any symptoms. All I felt was just like real fatigued, and I know you said.
Yeah, I know you said. You again, that's a symptom.
Well, like, yeah, literally, like, I would have, if I didn't do a test on Sunday night, I would have just continued my day as normal and like infected everyone. But yeah, just major fatigue. I can see how it definitely rocks people because you're pretty drained. Like someone like me, fit, healthy, if rock someone like me, it's legit.
I think it was funny because like we were taking the piss out of it before, not in an aggressive sense, but just like the state of like, none of us have got COVID.
We had me and Viv had a conversation in the store, just being like imagine going through 2 years of COVID, and then when they finally like stop making you isolate, you don't get 2 weeks off.
You don't get the payments. You don't get
the payments.
You don't get nothing. So
it's like your mum says, man. God hears what you're saying. You deserve it, man.
But yeah, caught COVID, was mad tired, spent like pretty much the whole week sleeping and like.
What'd you do first day?
Fuck.
Run us through it.
Well,
Woke up, yelled, "Dobby is free."
I've already trained twice already. So I got up in the morning and I was like, you know what, fuck, I'm gonna get up in the morning. I haven't trained all week. I'm gonna double up today. So woke up in the morning, went for a run. And yeah,
that was a 4-minute K, hey?
Yeah, like 4:44. My fastest is 4:19 minute Ks. So yeah, pretty quick.
That's pretty quick.
Pretty quick now. So
how do you feel?
Like it's hard to explain. Like you can definitely notice like your chest. Oh, it's like a little bit harder to breathe than all. Like
symptoms, G.
Yeah, fuck symptoms. Yeah, so I went for a run and like it was a relax. I tested negative yesterday. So it was a little bit more difficult, and then went to boxing tonight and like I just gassed.
It's because it's a protocol to getting back to training.
Like taking it easy.
Yeah, so like because COVID's like it affects like your heart and like your lungs as well as like your brain. So what they do at like what we've like developed at work is just a bit of a protocol. So I'm a physiotherapist for those who don't know. Is that we work with a fair few teams, and so basically you got to be 7 days symptom free, which you're not. Then day one.
Oh, to train 7 days symptoms.
7 days, 7 days symptom free first to start training.
Wait.
7 days symptom free to start training. Then day one is like 20 minutes at like aerobic activity, super light RP 3 to 4, which is like conversational. So like if you're gassed and you're blowing, then that's not RP 3 to 4. And then like day 2 is like 20 minutes of aerobic activity, still moderate, and then like you can do some like weights and stuff. And then day 3 is like a bit more, so it's like 40 minutes, and then it's like skill work, so a bit more high intensity. Then day 5 is like full training.
I was gonna say with like you being you, like you saying today was the first time obviously going for a run and shit.
Activity,
Yeah, like what did you do for the last 7 days?
Literally like slept. I would have slept at least 18 to 20 hours a day. And like
a cat, man.
Yeah, I'd only get up to either use the bathroom or like get something to eat. Because some of my family is like high risk. It's better if I just stay in my room, and it's just
Was that difficult? Like, did you feel isolated during that time?
I didn't feel isolated, because I spent most of my time sleeping. Like I didn't have any symptoms, which is crazy. Like
Fatigue the symptom.
Except fatigue, man. Like, but is that a symptom? I would have trained the next day.
Yeah, but it's a symptom.
Yeah. I actually, it's the last one on the list.
Still on the list. Yeah, first one, loss of taste, smell.
Wait, none of that. Like
cough. Yeah, I'm fine.
None of that. It was just fatigue, literally. So I spent.
And that for you, like that could have been anything.
That could have been anything,
Yeah.
but I thought it was overtraining. Like we had a big week of training, and I just thought it was that. I think I told you, you're like, oh fuck, where have you been? I was like, fuck, dude, like, I'm just tired from training. He's like, did you go out last night?
No, you look fucked up on.
Yeah,
was
so-
it Sunday? You look fucked up.
And I was like, no. That day I was wrecked, but I thought it was fatigue. I just like, what's the fatigue syndrome? Chronic,
Overtraining.
whatever.
Yeah,
Chronic
that.
fatigue syndrome. I don't know. You're the doctor. So I just feel mad tired. I didn't have any symptoms, and then found out a couple of my mates caught it. I'm at the gym, so it just made sense that I had it. So I tested, and then I did the first one, and I was like, nah, it's all good. I didn't test positive, and then I asked my brother. I was like, look, that's not a line, right? He's like, no, dude, that counts as a positive. I was like, fuck. No, I'll do it again. And then I tested positive on the second one, and I went to the COVID clinic, and I was like, all right, I got these two positive tests. Like, do I need to get a PCR? Should I get a PCR test? And she was like, oh, no, they count as tests, just go. And then,
I just love that aspect of that, right? Like the guy's fucking tested positive. The thing tells you he's positive. He goes, you know what? I'm gonna go ask someone else about positive.
fuck, man, I don't know. It's been 2 years. You don't, unless you're like fucking on it, you don't keep up with the protocols. And I was like, fuck, I thought I had to go get PCR tested. So I went.
Right.
Yeah, it's hard because the rules change all the time.
It changes all the time.
Yeah, they've been changing heaps.
And that's why we were making these jokes. They're like, you don't get 2 weeks of. So yeah, and we had to ISO for 7
Jokes
days.
on me.
Yeah.
But you keen to get back into boxing?
Yeah, fuck, I trained twice already, bro. So I was like, as long as I don't infect people, I'm gonna go train. So, I went for a run today. Went to boxing, and so, I've always been like that. Even when comp prep and I went to hospital, like the next day I was like in the gym. I was, none of this 20% nonsense. Nah, if you're good, G, go. So,
Oh man, fucking no more COVID talk, man. This shit's fucking not going away.
Well, I'm here, surviving.
You
doing
survived, you're
podcasts.
alive, you're still doing London things.
Yes, sir.
Is that what the champion thing is? Because I don't think anyone in this country wears champion anymore.
Nah, brother, I'm bringing it back. Me and my peoples.
All my people's in the other country.
If you ever catch me like sounding like I'm trying to put on a London accent, it's because I've actually spent the whole week watching British videos as well and like practicing my accent and like.
Give us a full sentence.
Nah, I can't yet. It's I'm still shy enough. the man made a road man yet. Still shy enough. But watching a lot of videos.
That's fair, man. And I think we sort of spoke about like transitions that we're trying to make in life and stuff like that. Now you've obviously gone from bodybuilding, powerlifting to now making that transition to boxing.
Yeah.
How's that transition been overall?
For me personally, it's been easy. I've always been told I guess it's been easy for me to I'm lucky because it's easy for me to transition into other things.
I think like you make your own luck though, right? Like you're so driven and like you're so passionate about what you do, it makes that transition easy, you know?
Yeah. I've always been like a performance, like playing football for 11 years as a teen. I've always been like interested in I've always been a performance-based athlete. So making that transition for me has been it's been fairly easy. And boxing is something we've watched for, we've loved. You can't tell me there's been one Filipino kid that hasn't dreamt of being Manny Pacquiao or has been to 4 or 5 Manny Pacquiao fights. Like we used to have Manny Pacquiao fight parties, Filipino parties at my house.
Yo, give context to that because these things were like,
oh bro, they're fucking
awesome,
wild, man. Like old ladies and that screaming screaming at the TV. Like my mom's favorite, like one of your favorites, like kill him, kill him.
These are the most Christian women you will ever meet in your life. But you cannot swear in that house because God hears what you're saying. But if Manny Pacquiao was fighting, it's kill him.
If Manny Pacquiao's fighting, man, like you cancel out the day for it. And yeah, so boxing has been always something that, like, you know, that we've loved. So like I like to say, like, first time fighter, long time fight fan. It's been something like, it's kind of living like a childhood dream out.
It's a completely different mindset, isn't it?
It's like
bodybuilding, you're so focused on what you look like.
Yeah,
you're like,
100%.
new lines popped up or whatnot.
Yeah, exactly.
But like boxing, like
It's
a new line doesn't stop you from getting.
like, it doesn't matter if I got abs.
Yeah.
Like, as long as if I'm not punching, or like, it doesn't matter if I'm good as fuck. I'm getting bashed.
I think we're all pretty excited. Definitely over the coming weeks, now you're getting back in your training, just getting ready for whatever your next exhibition is, for us to have more to like.
I feel like if I wasn't hit by COVID, then I was like in such a groove, and I was just in one of those modes where I was like, you know, like,
Let's go.
Yeah, you just hit the groove and you just want to keep going, and you feel not invincible. Like, you kind of feel invincible. Like, fuck, you know, I'll go do this today, kind of shit.
No. But that's fair. I mean, we're just talking about your transition with what you've done recently, and the other one that we want to talk about is obviously Matt, comp prep coach, first time this year guy.
Yeah, guy.
Big change guy.
Big change guy.
How's it feel?
It's good, man. So changing from like coaching predominantly lifestyle clients to comp prep is like a lot of the lifestyle clients that I had have like transitioned into comp prep. So it's like not the worst. Or
I
not
feel
the
like
biggest
when you've
change.
got a good relationship with your clients, that tends to be like, because obviously you've competed, and that's sort of the base that you're going with your coaching off is like.
Yeah. I think a lot of them are excited to see like how far they can push themselves, you know, because I push my guys, like the amount of times that like, and they'll tell you, like when they send through videos for feedback, a lot of the time when we've worked on their tech and it looks good, a lot of the time the feedback is just, this is too easy, you know. A lot of people don't have the right mindset when they're going to comp prep, you know. You
Elaborate on that.
In terms of like, you know, you see all the glitz and the glamour, and then you go, oh, I want to step on stage because like everyone has cool photo shoots, or everyone looks good, or everyone's got a cool bikini, like this bikini's cool, like I want to wear that on stage. Pretty much all of my guys at the moment who are competing just want to be the best version of themselves. So
like we were talking about this off camera before, like the first time I had comp clients, I think I had 2 on the first show I did. I think for Mark he was the same, like he had 2 in the first comp he coached people for. Bro, you got like 8?
Yeah, I've got 8.
How do you think you're gonna deal with that, man?
I reckon I'll be alright, eh?
Precious.
Yeah.
See, like you said, and like not that I doubt you for a second, I doubt how calm you are now, because I call bullshit, man.
Nah, you just wait and see.
It gets pretty chaotic back there. Like, I remember the first time we done it.
First time we did it, shit.
Like with like a fair group of people, where it was like a proper big, when like at the start of the day we had that group huddle. We're like, all right, if anything fucking goes wrong, we're all in this spot. Like, you just come back here if shit goes wrong. Like, we had a massive team talk at the start. I think it was the year,
was it
2018, because
Yeah.
2008 season B, the one where Mitch won it. Like, at the start of the day, we grabbed all the boys and we were just like, all right, fuck, if anything goes wrong, this is our spot. Everyone remember this spot, because if you're in trouble, blah blah blah. We just gave a massive.
And like the backstage room is a fucking square. Like it's not like you're gonna get lost. I forgot about
But
that.
we just like had to make sure, like, all right, fuck, we're just gonna be on, because that was the first season where it was like mad chaos.
It was crazy the growth I think we had from like 17 to 18, how big it was. And I don't know, is that something that maybe gives you more confidence? Is like obviously being around it for so long that.
Yeah, definitely. I think like being an assistant coach, like backstage helping and stuff, that helps a fair bit. But also like being a physio also helps, like manage, I guess, a lot going on all at once, you know. So I think it's not gonna be too bad. Like I've only got 2 male competitors, and one's doing fitness and classic, and one's doing bodybuilding. You know, so that'll be okay. I think where I'll probably struggle more is with my female clients, because I've got more female clients. I've got like 4 doing bikini.
A lot of first timers.
Yeah, a lot of first timers.
Yeah.
So
See,
I've got one like person who's already competed, and then like 7 first timers.
Bruv, you're pretty much back to back. This is you like looking at.
Yeah, well, this
That's
is the
you,
thing.
man.
This is the thing. I'm confident now, but then like thinking about it, I'm like, fuck, you're probably gonna do like first timers, novice,
Yeah.
under 23s.
Dude, I remember that Arendelle theatre show when like usually at like the comps and stuff like that, obviously, you know, there's the ease of getting from like backstage to the front. So, you know, Arundel Theatre, we had to go up the stairs and down the stairs. I was not fit enough to coach. Like, I was not fit enough to sit on the sideline.
Like slide like in between the banister or something, and you're sucking your gutting because it's off season. You're like,
But it's true. Like as a coach, when I think you're super passionate about what you're doing, like, bro, so hands-on. You're like feeding your clients pretty much. You're there for like every aspect of their pump up. You're doing all that kind of stuff.
just watch me, man. I'm gonna have a band around my neck. I'm gonna have 2 hands and 2 bands, and I'm gonna have bands around my knees. Just everyone's pumping up.
Rob, you can
Have a drink, G.
No, it's all good. Lime spice. It makes up slimy. I'm that promo guy. 6 in the middle.
No, I'm not keen, man. I'm keen. I think like they'll all do really well.
How long have you been working with your clients for that are all going to be doing season B? Like, do you set like, if you want to do a comp, I'm not going to take you on. Yeah. Is there like a time frame?
Yeah. So I like to work with my guys for at least 6 months before we start a comp prep. You know.
Before you start.
Yeah, like get
Like
to
a
know
6 months
them.
off
Get them into a good position. Get them into a good routine, because I think that's the hardest thing about bodybuilding is the routine. Everyone goes, oh, that looks sick. Like, I've only been to the gym for 2 months. I want to compete. And it's like, fuck no. Are you kidding me?
It's good that you're able to like say that, because I assume you don't turn them away. You just go, no, you're gonna work with me to then get to a point where you can compete, instead of like, no, you can't. Because I think that was the biggest thing. Like at the start, is like sometimes people had this thing where they want to do it because they were told that they couldn't do it, but it's like, it's not that. It's, you can do it.
It takes a lot of time.
I just wouldn't do it right now, because you're not going to enjoy that experience, or that experience that you believe that you're going to have. It's not going to be that way.
I think it depends as well, like the angle that you're coming from as well. Like, are you okay with losing your first show? Like, how do you handle your losses?
Well, yeah, I guess that's the thing too, right? Because like everyone is so competitive. Like, you don't go into a sport to lose. Like, you don't go and be like, oh, I just want to step on stage. You know, like some people do for sure, and I think that's a great mindset to an extent. You also have to be competitive and have that drive.
At the end of the day, it's a competition, right?
It is a competition.
What was your like first idea? Like when you were competing for the first time, like did you have that mindset of like, I'm doing this to win, or were you doing this for like, I'm doing this because I want to see if I can compete, or I want to do it because?
No, I don't think I ever had the doubt in myself. Like I wanted to win for sure. You know, I went in wanting to win, but I also accepted that I could only do as much as I could do. You know, like every time that, because you were coaching me at the time, obviously, you know, every time you'd be like, all right, this is what we got to do to get you in shape, because I was pretty like, I wasn't in shape by any means of the word. So, you know, I was just like, let's do it. And if I didn't win, then I knew that I put in 100%. You know, I followed the plan. I trained as hard as I could, did the diet, did the cardio, slept as much as I could. So
we went on to win an overall, G.
We did.
I helped. We went through that grueling fucking prep. That first one.
Did I wanted to win? Yeah, fucking oath.
Give it a bit of context on like how much you were training.
Like 2 hours every day, morning and night.
And that wasn't 2 hours like common. That's 2 hours each session.
Like, you know, weights and cardio. Like,
Probably not the best thing though.
I did that for 6 weeks, and when I won the Aussie title, that was grueling. Nah. It was just what we thought was like, you just got to do it.
Knowing what you know now, do you think that you would have, like, if you were coaching yourself back then, do you think that you'd put yourself through the same thing?
It's hard to say, because if I didn't go through that experience, I don't think I ever would have. It's like, you know, it's like character development, I guess you could say.
Yeah,
character building.
But it's like,
that's enough.
It's like, well, hindsight, like, if I never went through that situation or situations like that, I never would have achieved what I would have, because, you know, let's say if I did do really well and won my first show, like, for me, bodybuilding, I always had a chip on my shoulder. If I had won straight away, I would have never had that chip on my shoulder, and I would never had the urge to keep going on. You know, I wouldn't be able to handle a loss and be like, no, you know what, I'm coming back fucking better. I would have been like, oh, you know what, I've already won, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
You reckon you would have called it
after the first one?
if you won it?
Probably, to be honest.
Yeah.
I did call it, and most people know the story how you and Nick, pulled me out and got me back into it, and then I went to achieve great things in it. But you can see how like it's grueling. It's a tough thing. Not everyone can get through it. But if I had won straight away, I would be like, all right, I've done the hard yards and I've won. Fuck,
What's the point? Yeah, you can only
one and like how many one and dones do you see?
Yeah.
You know,
I think you only learn from your losses.
yeah,
Don't
you
you?
learn from your losses. And
for sure. That I think if we hadn't met Nick, we definitely wouldn't have gone through it all again and been able to actually achieve like the glorious parts of competing.
yeah, I think Nick said it the best to us, but Nick kind of put it in without knowing. Nick put in the longevity mindset to us, because there was one year, I think it was after him coaching us for like 2 or 3. He's like, yeah boys, I don't have to baby you anymore, so we don't have to do cheat meals or whatever, like, you know, I'm gonna diet you hard. So it's like, you know, the first couple of years we were still like pretty shit but you know, like we enjoyed the prep so much that time around, it kept us coming back for more and
Yeah, it's all about loving the process.
yeah,
That's so funny. I just didn't think about that. But 2016, that's so true. Like we would go to like Broadburger and Max Bread. Like we were having legit cheat meals
massive cheat meals
every week, which I was scared when I was going to coach you. That I was like, Matt's seen us have all these cheat meals.
Every single time you guys had cheat meals, you're like, wait, what are you doing? Come over.
Oh bro, we went like fucking hard.
Dude, I felt so sick
was
eating with you guys.
like
It was the worst.
it's the first couple of years, and like obviously it's experience, so you get better anyways, but I think Nick knew that deep down we weren't going to win straight away. Like, you know, and I guess he maybe saw in us that we had that attitude of like, nah, I'm willing to take the time to put in the effort and not rush things, be patient with it, which I think we try to spur on to our clients, is like patience.
For sure. And I think we were just talking about this road trip we got coming up soon to Newcastle with, you know, clients that we've all prepped. And it's the first time in 3 years almost that we're being able to get on the road.
Like do a local show.
Yeah.
It's always been nationals, so you can only do that one big event, but it's like you want some little shows in there as well to get your feet wet and all that kind of stuff. And it's like an away show, which is like a stress-free show, you know. Like
No one knows you. You got no pressure.
yeah, you got no pressure, and like, you know, in a foreign state, and you just kind of wing it and have fun. Like you have no expectations. Like in Canberra, you know, you're like, right, my friends are here, my family's here. I have to perform, and like all the nerves and shit. Whereas you go interstate, it's like, you know what, I'm just gonna compete.
100%. I think that's the one thing I just can't wait for the next time you to compete, is for us to actually go somewhere and do a show with you, like, and just spend, you know, like the night before, like.
Yeah.
And remember the last time we went on a away show, the guy broke the fucking letterbox for the Airbnb we were staying at?
That was you, bro. There's a video of you, bro.
You broke it.
I didn't break it.
It was you.
There's video, G. It's
I
on
actually
YouTube.
don't remember who broke it.
It's on YouTube. You're like, oh shit, I fixed the fucking.
Oh no, it was
No,
video.
no. He broke it. I tried to fix
bro.
it because I paid for it.
No, bruv, you broke it. I'm holding the camera.
I actually don't remember because I didn't come on time.
But yeah.
I
But
can
like
say
stuff like that was like sick.
Yeah.
You know? We could
Nah,
go
I'm keen,
away.
man.
But like we were just saying, like some of our favorite memories, when we was talking about winging it, there was this one show we did at Coffs where we didn't.
It was
This,
2016.
by the way, this is before we were coaching or had any education in this. Really,
Nothing.
we saw people having salt before they pumped up,
Just like salt, pump up hard.
and that was the moniker:
was the
salt
moniker.
and pump
Salt,
up hard.
That was the day, man. Like literally.
And like we'd look at each other and be like, "Oh, like how am I looking, bro? Yeah, have some more salt."
Nah. It'd be good to have those experiences back. You know.
Before we sign off on this episode, can we just like share like a fucking funny story? Like we need like.
Fuck, bro, you put me on the spot, man.
Yeah, dude. I know I said I was a diamond. I lied, man.
But it's because there've been legitimate funny things that have happened, and I've always got really upset. Like no one will believe me that this happened.
Bro, there's
so many stories, man. So many stories.
All right. Well, you do a
heaps,
sponsor plug and let me think of a story.
We take a brief moment from this podcast to introduce to you Lime Splice Protein and Wood Labs.
Okay, no, you don't have to. I've got a good story.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Available Elite Subs lanyard.
So this is probably like one of my favorite stories of one of our good friends, Z. So when we went up to compete at nationals, well, I say we. I went up to support. You guys went up to compete at nationals, and like we'd known Z for like a year and a half or something at this point. But this bloke was so depleted because he was peeled to the bone. He was so shredded, like, and I was doing some physio work for him. He was so depleted. He came in that day, and I'm pretty sure he said hi to like the three of us like twice. He's like, oh fuck, I'm so sorry. Like, I didn't say hi. And I was like, no, bro. Like, you said hi like 5 minutes ago. But anyway, I was treating him because he's a bit tired, just helping him like pose a bit better and stuff. And he gets up and he's like, oh, thank you so much, Max. And we all just stopped and we were like, what did you say?
Like, that's stuck to this name, isn't it?
That's why to this day you are Max. You haven't got a comp story that you can
Fuck,
pick up
man,
off the top of your
there's
head?
heaps, man. Like, there are so many funny stories.
It's right, man. You can save it for the next
I'll save it for the next episode, I think.
Alright, we will come back
I'll come back.
funnier.
But fucking hell, yeah, there's heaps.
Next time.
But you gotta have
on
at least
Dragon Ball
boom,
Z.
boom, 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 boom.
Alright, I'm going to share a story, and this is for our clients that are listening. If you think that any of us are harsh or rude or mean or don't care about your comp preps, this is a story that came from our coach. We were arguably in the best shape of our lives. And he was looking at us while we were posing for him during our check-in. And he was looking, and he paused. And he went, fuck, I've turned some losers into champions.
Yeah. He's like, you see that, Marina? 50% shit and 50% clay, and I make sculptures.
That there, when you realise that you have been compared to literal shit that has a bit of clay to assist it a couple of weeks out from a show, like if your morale wasn't down then, to know that you were literally viewed as shit was something that was very special to us. But hey, he was right, and I mean, I love those stories, man. Like,
Just there's a lot of like funny like little like one-liner stories that
happened
that
during
happen,
the
and
time.
it's like, fuck, I'm just trying to get
Nah,
it
let's
in
save
there,
them, man.
But
Let's save
you
it.
know, we've got more episodes to come. of
Thank you
us
so much for tuning in
waffling and chatting shit.
And we will see you next time.
on Dragon Ball Z.
Proudly brought to you by Elite Subs Lane.